Welcome to episode 4 of the Grand Theft Auto Online Area Expectation series. We are now entering East Vinewood, the place that may not be as fancy as its western counterpart, but it still has some history. And in this episode, we'll be covering both of the parts of Vinewood and the Vinewood Hills. So without further ado, let's go on. Up here, shut up, Agatha. But many people who play Grand Theft Auto Online know this is where the Vinewood police station is. And there isn't much to do around here. The scenery is pretty nice. Whenever around through East Vinewood, you don't get much. East Vinewood is really just more of there's a couple businesses you can buy, there's a business here, and down is Hollick, down below. But now we enter, East Vinewood is nice, good scenery, and safer than West Vinewood. But the thing that West Vinewood has it doesn't is this. Now this is now considered West Vinewood. Around here you can see buildings like the Oriental. We are not there yet. Here it is. The Oriental Theater, inspired by LA's theater, just like it in LA. We see people taking pictures with Republican Space Ranger right here. There's a tattoo shop and a theater for movies. So it's something to get up with your friends here. We check the mini map. There are also a couple houses to buy once we enter the further western Vinewood area. A very beautiful place in Los Santos, probably the most recognizable if you look at it. Here, the Pacific Standard Bank is here, which would have a big heist in 2015 happen to it, following the heist update. And I consider 2015. I think Rexer's plan was originally supposed to take place after, but I believe everything was happening before. But around 2013, that place would be hit. I realized that. So this is where in the story mode you can go on a tour of the city. Unfortunately, you can't do that. And here, in this fine city of Los Santos, is one of the most famous burger joints in the city, Up and Atom. Being a lot better quality of a restaurant than places like Burger Shot down by Vespucci. I'm all dressed up because this is Vinewood. Vinewood, West Vinewood, a place of tourists coming from all across America and even Europe. People from Vice City, Liberty City, San Fierro, and Las Venturas. Another famous place around here is this the Gentry Manor Hotel, being home to some of the best missions in the game. Not the best missions, but across the street, a very fancy restaurant, and the headquarters of MeTV. Hold on. WTF. A famous place to mind boggle yourself. The famous Sprunk sign on Gentry Lane. And the place where you can go buy your video games and your comics, Hardcore Comic Store. With them even hiring the player to help find the missing action figures from their place, awarding $1,000 for each one. Here you can see the mascot being Pogo, the space monkey from the iconic game series all over the country, known as Pogo. Starting in 1992, in 1992 is when first published was right. Another famous place is move out of the way is the Last Train in Los Santos Diner, which is an old train that used to run Santos, which has been taken off the track and has now been turned into a restaurant, where you can get your famous hot dogs and everything else. Here is the strip club around here, which is unfortunately unaccessible, where many are already out here looking to get pleasure tonight. We have a East West location, and a couple of that, and the generic hotel. Now we have one of my favorite locations here. Me and my buddies go to it, the Tequila La Rock and Roll Bar with Love Fist. This place was famous because Willie, a member of the Love Fist rock band, was attacked by a apparent speed addict in 2013 for a British couple. But that's just a theory. Other places is the Eclipse Hotel, the Eclipse apartment buildings for luxurious living on Vinewood Hills. And as we leave the Vinewood area, we go into the cramped, the crowded, the rich, capitalist lifestyle, Vinewood Hills, with roads that take a chase, making any chase by another player 1,000 times more difficult. But you get some nice houses to buy through here. As you get further, you can even find the Vinewood sign. This area is known for not really being dangerous because nobody wants to go up here and fight because it's so hard to drive around. And like I said, there's good houses, so it's a good place to be. Not much to do up here, but overall, it's a fun, okay place to live in. So, join in next time for Vinewood, for Rockford Hills and Morningwood. So, but let's talk about the statistics of this place. Surprisingly, Vinewood is actually safer than, let's say, places like Pillbox Hill and the casino area. East Vinewood can be dangerous a little bit whenever taking in the fact that the casino is just a little bit by it. But West Vinewood, you get attacked. I'm gonna tell you, the majority of the times I'm attacked is at Pillbox Hill, and about, I'd say, 60% of that is Pillbox Hill. 25% of that is the Diamond Casino area in general, and then 15% of that is here. So ultimately a safer place. Still, you get blown up by Mark II oppressor reefers. So, it's not all sunshine rainbows up in Vinewood. But there are some really famous locations here. So if you're a fan of Los Angeles City, I made a video referencing this back in October. This is my first ever GTA video I made on this YouTube channel. If you're wondering, Beatles video will be out in 2 days. So yeah, but tonight I'm sorry for the recording time for this one. Taking a little bit longer, and we still got a couple more things to talk about. Since we didn't explore these back streets, some areas through here can be a little. There's the Happy Hour bar that is famous around these parts, and a store on Clinton Avenue. Vinewood, if you're touring to Vinewood from Liberty City or from Vice City or from anywhere you come from or North Yankton, stay clear of these parts that have dark alleyways, as two Chamberlain Hills gangsters who are now part of the Forum Drive families who created it kidnapped Bala OGD. And as I'm a reporter who works with the families, I can report D is a buster. So, I'll see you guys in the next one where we take a travel down to Rockford Hills to discuss the lifestyle of the rich shops around there. We will see the rise of Ponsonby's and many other places that would become big around the night of the rise of these after the recession. You will see mansions funded by people who either fake their death or rip people off for a living. So, peace and love, everyone. And, folks, if you are going to go to Los Angeles, please stick to the safe places. So, I guess, peace and motherfucking love.